Imagine two very different nights. In the first, you're running through a dark forest. Something is chasing you. You feel your heart pounding. You see the shadows stretch toward you. You wake up gasping, and the fear lingers. You remember exactly what scared you. Now imagine the second. You suddenly sit bolt upright in bed. You're screaming. Your heart is racing. You're drenched in sweat. Someone rushes in to help, a partner, a parent, but you push them away. Your eyes are open, but you aren't seeing them. You're looking through them. Then, a few minutes later, you lie back down and fall asleep again. The next morning, you remember nothing. The first experience was a nightmare. The second was a night terror. We often use these words interchangeably, but inside the brain, they are almost complete opposites. They happen in different parts of the night, in different stages of sleep, and they activate entirely different neural systems. Tonight, we're going to slow this down and look inside the sleeping brain to understand why fear shows up in the dark. To understand the difference between a nightmare and a night terror, we first need to understand how sleep itself is built. Sleep isn't a single switch you turn off. It's a carefully organized sequence of brain states. Throughout the night, your brain cycles between two main modes: non-rapid eye movement sleep, or NREM, and rapid eye movement sleep, REM. These aren't just lighter or deeper sleep. They are fundamentally different neurological environments. NREM sleep has stages. Stage 1 is drifting. Stage 2 is light but stable. Stage 3, slow wave sleep, is the deepest state your brain can enter. This is when brain waves slow into long, rhythmic delta waves, and your body focuses on repair and restoration. Then comes REM sleep. Here, the brain becomes active again, almost awake, while the body remains safely paralyzed. This is the realm of dreams. And here's the key distinction for tonight. Nightmares are born in REM sleep. Night terrors erupt from deep NREM sleep. They may feel similar from the outside, but inside the brain, they couldn't be more different. Let's start with nightmares. Nightmares are dreams with intense emotional content. And because they are dreams, they almost always happen during REM sleep. If you map a full night of sleep, REM periods grow longer toward morning. That's why nightmares tend to happen in the second half of the night, or just before waking. Inside the brain, REM sleep is a fascinating contradiction. Electrical activity speeds up. Brain waves look almost like wakefulness. The amygdala, your threat detection center, becomes highly active. The hippocampus, which processes memory and context, comes online. And the visual regions of the brain light up. That's why nightmares feel cinematic. You don't just sense danger, you see it. But at the same time, the brain's logical control centers, especially the medial prefrontal cortex, are quiet. This part of your brain normally says, "This isn't real. That doesn't make sense." During a nightmare, that voice is muted. So you experience fear without correction, emotion without reality checking. And because the hippocampus is active, the experience gets recorded. You wake up with a memory, a storyline, a monster you can describe. Nightmares feel intense, but they are contained within the dream world. nightmares are something else entirely. They are not dreams. They are what sleep scientists call NREM, arousal disorders. They emerge from stage 3 slow-wave sleep, the deepest state of unconsciousness. Because deep sleep dominates the first part of the night, night terrors usually occur within the first 1 to 3 hours after falling asleep. Neurologically, a night terror is a system failure. The brain tries to transition out of deep sleep, but only part of it wakes up. On an EEG, you see slow delta waves, interrupted by sudden bursts of arousal. The body wakes, the brain does not. This creates a powerful physiological storm. The sympathetic nervous system explodes into action. Heart rate can spike to 160 beats per minute or more. Breathing becomes rapid and shallow. Sweating increases. Muscles are fully active. Unlike REM sleep, there is no paralysis. The person may scream, thrash, or sit upright. Yet the conscious mind remains offline. This is why you can't comfort someone during a night terror. Their eyes may be open, but their brain isn't processing the room. They aren't seeing you. They aren't hearing reassurance. They are caught in a fear response without awareness, without memory, without narrative. The defining difference between nightmares and night terrors is memory. Nightmares are remembered because the brain is in a dreamlike waking state. Night terrors leave no trace because the brain never fully wakes. The person experiencing a night terror often has no idea it ever happened. The fear is witnessed, not remembered. So why do these experiences exist at all? One theory suggests nightmares serve a purpose. This is called threat simulation theory. During REM sleep, the brain rehearses danger in a safe environment. It practices emotional responses. It refines survival instincts. Night terrors, however, appear to be a developmental glitch. They are most common in children, whose sleep-wake systems are still maturing. As neural pathways strengthen and stabilize, these disruptions usually disappear. That's why night terrors are rare in adults, while nightmares remain a lifelong experience. In adults, frequent night terrors are uncommon. When they do occur, they're often linked to sleep deprivation, stress, or fragmented sleep architecture. Nightmares, on the other hand, are far more common. Around 2 to 5% of adults experience recurrent nightmares. In people with trauma or PTSD, that number rises sharply. When emotional processing during REM sleep gets stuck, the brain keeps replaying unresolved fear. So the next time fear shows up at night, pay attention to the details. If you remember the story, if the images linger, if it happened near morning, your dreaming brain was processing emotion. But if fear appeared without memory, without awareness, without context, that wasn't a dream. It was your brain misfiring during deep sleep. Sleep isn't chaos, it's organized. And even when it glitches, your brain always has a reason. Sweet dreams, night owls. Stay curious.